for EDG. Free bot lane tower, swap top lane, instantly get another turret. You're getting kills now even on your mid laner, who's not even part of this early game plan. They have not been playing around Scout in this game. It's been all about iBoy and Mako win 2v2.
Right now, this is a solid game at Edward Gaming. Of course, it's looked like this before with early pressure. And the previous one was all about camping the mid lane, camp Faker, but this was a lane victory so far for Edward Gaming with a couple of good ganks at a clear love. Now mid lane, we're going to take some damage. Firefighter Tristana looking to knock down some buildings.
This situation is just so incredibly good for EDG. They do get the
stun. Good rock jump away. Yeah, he's safe.
Remember in Champion Select when we highlighted the differences of Lulu and Jenna, how Lulu could really enable the AD carry that is ahead. Well, guess what? iBoy is absolutely crushing this, and his Cole has not even popped. This is a Tristana that gets to move forward with the Lulu speed. A Tristana that's about to wear down a secondary turret here, and no Sejuani ult to worry about anymore.
One of the big things we like about the LeBlanc as well against the Orianna is you can split push with teleport. Scout has been sitting in the top lane, now he's joining the mid lane as well to try and take down the turret. Gotta wait for the next minion wave, but once again, it's a lot of damage every single time.
EDG just keeps pushing over. Faker is not the wave clear, not to be had for SK Telecom T1. Wolfpops yielded a heal up, but this will be the third straight turret kill for Edward Gaming.
We're 11 minutes into the game, and all three outer turrets, they're dead.
This is an insane snowball. Plus, Righteous Glory is already done on Mouse, so the Maokai can't actually force fights. This EDG comp has a front line to run behind. Like, they have so many options right now. You thought it was bad in the last game where it looked one-sided with the early game snowball. This is even bigger.
There we go, 101 CS for Tristana. Cole popped. He's got the big chunk of money right here. Look at the next play, right into the mid lane. Good damage out of Scout, half HP on the Bang. They're going to continue on the flash forward. But the Summoner here, the barrier keeps them alive for now. The jump in for Trist, the explosive cast, and the explosion is there. Scout finds his second kill. EDG get another.
Kill the AD carry, get more damage on the tower here. Great play from EDG. They're looking so good today, so coordinated as well in their plays.
I don't know if anyone can stop this squad right now. Looking at 3 straight wins, and they can make it a 4th when they can tiebreak Cloud9 should they close this game out. Watch that fight again.
Here's the setup from Fog of War. Scout goes in, lands the chain.
Yeah, there's actually flash ready on Bang, but he doesn't get to flash before the first chains pop. And that means he's stuck in place at least for a moment, allowing another chain to connect and a bit of extra damage. Just gotta flash that instantly so you actually stay alive.
Scout just keeping the pressure going, right? The 1-3-1, they've got the double teleports. Most of this audience might be cheering for Edward Gaming, but those boys in your bottom left corner right there, they are hoping SKT pulls the comeback. Edward Gaming look nigh unstoppable based on today's games and today's form. China may have their 3rd team in the top 8.
And we have to remember the last time EDG got this lead against SKT, there was an Erakan on the side of SKT to force the fight, to start the big engage. It's a Janna this time. It's on Blank to find the engage, and then on Faker and Bang without extra setup to actually open up in the late game. It's going to be much harder than last time.
Definitely going to be more difficult this time around, and Blank not with a very good early start to the game either. We'll see if he can pull it out, if he actually has the confidence. Again though, even Sejuani, the ultimate now, since it's a single target, is not as reliable. You have to work that through a Maokai and a Gragas frontline. It's just so difficult. There are very few options, and this would be a truly incredible comeback from SKT. Even though the gold lead isn't as big yet, the champion compositions taken into account really determine the story.
It's also been much harder for Huni to actually do anything on this Trundle because the towers are just falling around him so fast. There's no lanes he can actually push in. The last game where he played the Jace, his entire job was perma push the side lane, get all the resources. Let's see bot lane.
Whoa, that was a big miss out of Blank right there. Try again in a few minutes, but EDG have yet to be stopped at all.
And that's literally it. Unless they walk onto Faker's ball and they all party around it and let themselves be Shockwave, it's going to have to be a very big mistake from EDG to let them back into this game.
And surely we're also going to get either QSS or Mikhails coming in on the side of EDG against this single target engage from Blank.
All right, we'll see if they can keep this one going. Inferno Drake going to be spawning up in a few seconds. And Edward Gaming did give the first over to SKT as they push top lane outer as a result. maybe a worthy trade for Epic Gaming. SKT not going to probably have a chance at taking this one away, so the neutral objective will keep stacking for the Chinese split winner.
This is a rare time where we really get to examine SKT when they don't have much hope, right? And they are under so much pressure. The defensive vision is the first step that we'll see common in a lot of their games. You know, they do get behind often, but again, the compositions coming into this one make it more difficult for them to pull out those plays. Still, though, the resilience with the control wards within their own jungle, trying to at least give them some areas to work with.
I think now if EDG can actually push out top lane, they can secure Rift Herald. So I would like to see Mouse and Scout just swap around the map, so you have your winning split push at the LeBlanc on this lane near the Rift Herald, push out the lane, and then just start the objective. SKT should not be able to contest it, and then you can use that to get another turret.
Exactly, and there's another 5 minutes until Baron. You want to use that time with the Rift Herald to take down some of these secondary turrets. If you can really open up the rest of the map there, then you just keep up this vision. The defensive vision I talked about for SKT, if you're able to crack these secondary turrets, then EDG just get to clean that all out. And once Baron does arrive at the 20-minute mark, that's when you get to bait.
We get that swap around now. Scout going towards the top side. SKT are just investing everyone on the bottom side, knowing they can't contest very easily. And EDG, again, push the tempo, get enemy jungle camps, get the Rift Herald, see if you can get another tower before Baron even spawns.
Well, there might be something else picked up before Baron spawns, as Huni's in a bad spot. Body slam flash gonna land, pops to the ultimate, but knocked right back in. Clear level perfect accuracy here, and the rest of the team joining in as well. Huni is going to drop, but he's not gonna find the trade kill. Got a bit close, but Iboy getting his first kill of the game.
Yeah, not going down easy here. Clearlove staying in melee range of the Trundle, allowing him to get a lot of health back. Let's see here, Blank.
SKT looking for the comeback fight, looking for Iboy, but he's so durable. Knocks back Bang, gets most way out of range, but Faker wants in. Nice flash gets away from a potential shockwave. A couple of summoners down. That's a sign of something out of SKT, but the gold, of course, getting farther away over time.
Yeah, SKT are able to get a couple summoners, and 2 of them are critically on Iboy. Now they're actually starting up the Rift Herald, but EDG still decently in the area.
Yeah, there's a full HP level 11 Maokai in the bottom lane that could join for a fight. He's on his way.
Only 2 ultimates available for SKT, the Shockwave and Monsoon. Don't know if they're going to be fight starters. Here comes Maokai around the backside. Mouse looks for Faker. Monsoon to buy some time. Where's the Shockwave going to be? He's waiting for it. Doesn't find the opening just yet as Rift Herald keeps hitting clear love, then resets. SKT disengage, and they pull the TP out of Mouse. But Huni used his as well.
Even that is a pretty good escape from SKT. They're able to get out of this river where the Maokai had flanked him with the teleport, and they do live a little bit longer. The Rift Herald should eventually go over to EDG after they recall and reset after all those shenanigans and be able to clean it up later, though.
But you guys talked about, like, how is SKT defending? Why are they often so good at it? Well, small calls like the one we just saw here, important ones. They start the Rift Herald knowing they won't get it for free, just to force the TP from the Maokai and then instantly disengage. That does buy them a bit of time, but they don't have to be so afraid of Mouse. And this is a play from before. Clearlove staying in the melee range and LeBlanc waiting for all the cooldowns gives enough time for Huni to get HP back. And while he doesn't get the kill, at least he forces the jungler very low.
You can see Under Gaming continuing to turn the screws here. 3,500 gold up. They've tied the Infernal Drake count. And if they go in the next 2 minutes, they'll grab the Rift Herald as well, but so far not an important goal for them.
Let's see, Iboy, go mid lane, 2 items, push it out, push it all the way down to that tier 2 tower, and then walk into the top side to secure that Rift Herald. EDG should want to fight for it. They have such a strong AD carry at this point. SKT is trying to delay them for as long as possible.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we set up all the things against SKT right now in this game, they have come back from some very, very daunting situations.
Scout looking for it here. They're going to find maybe Faker or maybe just Blank with a flash forward. Scout wants him and his ex-teammate is down. A spree for Scout looking for an next one to go. A flash from Blank keeps him alive, but it's still 5 straight kills for Edward Gaming. A shutout against the world champions.
Now, after the pick here for EDG, they push up mid. Scout is going top side. His teleport is down, but trying to get the minion wave in place.
Okay, EDG not just rushing straight to the objective, now realizing, wait a minute, there's still a Rift Herald.
Well, they see Huni on bottom side too, and Huni's going to start to take his toll. I don't know if he'll be able to finish the turret before Mouse arrives. Jensen's going to do a little dance and take a break from this one. He'll come back in 15 more minutes when SKT have stalled it out, I guess.
There you go. But yeah, Rift Herald goes down. Huni getting some alone time on bot lane, and honestly, a turret itself is a full turret kill. Rift Herald not always worth one.
Exactly. Huni is the only winning lane for SKT at the moment. Despite being 0-2, he's going to win that lane against the Maokai. We get the play from before here. Faker staying too far forward, trying to get a ward down, and suddenly realizing, okay, he's actually overextended. Good TP coming in from Scout to secure the kill, and the Rift Held right after.
Blank tries his best to land the ultimate on one of the aggressors to save Faker. Not going to happen, though. There are more coming to claim.
Now, I want to highlight Huni on the Trundle specifically, because we were talking to Papa Smithy backstage after the Jace game, where he was highlighting how, with Ontara, SKT is all about playing as a team, not with a split pusher, because Ontara is playing much more as a team player, much more of these tanks as well. But Huni at MSI was all about taking all the farm, getting all the farm, being a big split pushing threat. Even on things like Galio, actually, he would do that and just be like so strong in the side lane and then join his team. This game now, and the Jace one, they're going back to that style of try and give Huni as many resources as possible and hope he can carry from a side.
They could dive this turret, though. I mean, EDG are already prepped around it, and it would take a long teleport channel time for Huni to actually arrive anyway.
Drops to it
Even
down.
if he did.
That's number 4. Rift Herald, of course, still in inventory, waiting with clear love. Huni, all he got for that was some more split push farm on the side. He went from 200 to 219 farm, but has yet to get himself into that important fight. Has 0 armor items to deal with iVoice Tristana. On 2 items already. Bang yet to get Infinity Edge. That's the power spike when maybe it starts spinning around for SKT, but until then, they've got almost nothing.
So please, EDG, keep playing fast. Keep pushing towards SKT. Set up your vision around the Baron so you can always threaten starting that big objective. Focused on the other tier 2 tower in either top or bot lane with your Rift Herald. Do not let SKT scale.
Especially with this Mountain Drake, EDG have the opportunity to jump on this control of Baron. Currently, there are a couple wards for SKT still in this area, and they're doing a good job of keeping those afloat.
Now Baron's up, you can see. And you can see those wards that SKT have put down. Vision control, one of their absolute hallmarks. Blank even adds more to the stack. Make sure they can see what Edward Gaming is up to. 3-0 LeBlanc, of course, very scary, as it looks like EDG are ready to go for this march.
Here we had the gold graph from last week, where it was basically over. EDG sitting with a 10,000 gold lead at 30 minutes, but then that big engage happened in the mid lane, where everything went in favor of SKT.
Now everybody's going to remember SKT coming back and say, oh, SKT always comes back. But I want to start to lay out some of the plans for EDG to avoid this scenario. You know, LeBlanc, yes, she is difficult, more difficult to pull off in these late game team fights, but one of the strategies that's been very successful in this current meta is assassinating the supports, the Ardent Sensor carrying champions. And that is exactly what Scout could do in these team fights. If he can get around Blank to kill off Wolf at the beginning of the team fight, or Bang, you know, Bang would be the gold standard, right? But even if he can just get Wolf, that would be a huge flank, and we have seen it pulled off many times thus far. Take out the Ardent Sensor carrier, that really reduces a lot of the threat from the AD carry.
What happens, Bang trying to wave through. Rift Herald could be knocked around and killed as well, but I got half the health off that turret. EDG, though, not going to stay on this. They are actually going to back off and let that turret stay alive. And you saw the graph from the previous win before, the SKT comeback. This is not nearly the same size of gold lead, though. You talk about, well, the comp's not quite as explosive, but the need is not quite as high either. And again, it's a team like SKT. You obviously cannot count them out, especially with the lead at only 3,500.
Sure, and that's why EDG are looking at Baron as the next big objective after they kill this tier 2 tower that's so low. Because then if you get 5 control wards on the map, SKT should not have vision in that river, and they will be forced to come in and face check you before they're actually ready to fight. And then this almost 3-item Tristana or Scout with 2 items on the back should be able to carry.
Looking for the play here on No Wolf. Does not land the chamber. The second one's going to go in, and that not yet the kill. Looks for a bit more explosive. Cast clears it in. Clear love. Yes, 2 and 0 and 2.
Ardent Sensor down. EDG have a window to work with.
Seems they can actually use it though. Right now, there's still a few wards around Baron from SKT, so they kind of know roughly what's happening here.
But it would be 4v5 with a deficit. Look for the next play. Not yet going to find Blank. He is able to jump out, but that's how much they worry about that smite.
And again, you need 5 control wards. Deny everything from SKT. Baron is being started. Blue buff going down. Bang. And SKT moving in to stop them.
Here comes Moon around the side. Sorry, Mouse, I got the name wrong. Looking for the play. She's going to brute up Blank and walk right back out as Huni stays on the turret. He's looking for the inhibitor itself. as Baron is still taking damage that will be cleanly picked up by Edward Gaming. They're going to back out, no problem. SKT just getting more farm on Huni, looking for kills on turrets.
SKT gonna back off because EDG were able to finish that Baron so quickly. Huni has no more time to work through the inhibitor turret, and it's barely left standing.
And is gonna live, yeah. He was holding turret dagger for part of it. You saw his health bar get very, very low. He was fighting in between waves. And again, he's got some farm, and it's SKT taking a page out of Longzhu's book as well, the Korean champions. They had often would sit there and bleed objective, just giving farm onto Khan, onto Longzhu's top laner, and SKT looking for, again, this style. It is on Huni to be that force.
Normally, if you want to play the defensive style, you want to prevent Baron from going down like 30 minutes, if you can, ideally, because the enemy team can't push into your base then. We're 25 minutes in, and EDG now picked up the Baron. They should use this to get an inhib down. And then suddenly your split pushing style most likely won't work, because the enemy team are literally threatening your base.
We'll see if that base gets threatened enough right here. Gold lead 4.7 thousand. Baron buff on 5. And 2 Drakes. Good for pushing.
Will SKT be able to pull it off again? All of the North American fans are behind them as well as their own fans. EDG with this Baron buff are coming with the pressure. And this defense is going to be extremely important.
Very important also that iBoy can reduce the healing, especially from Huni when he's sitting with that ulti trying to go ham in a team fight. He's actually a target you can take down now with the Executioner's falling on iBoy's side. Also with all the healing from Janna and the redemption, we will get eventually from Wolf.
Luxury of being ahead in gold. He's still got the double completed Zeal upgrades. He's ahead in items, plus has boots for a little bit of defense in case the Trundle comes after him with a Twitch. Plus, actually, who's calling you guys are mentioning right now, Edward Gaming looking to make the run, the 4-0 run on the last day of groups to get into the top 8 when they were winless the first time around. Shockwave onto 3, but there's no damage to follow up. That's a summoner spell, sorry, an ultimate on cooldown, and not much to show for it.
Good defense though from Faker, getting almost the entire wave and forcing a flash from Mako. Scout getting some damage in the mid lane. It's all about applying pressure multiple lanes at the same time, but EDG are right now not getting enough with their Baron buff. They still got about a minute left.
Just yet, Huni actually under-leveled to Scout despite all his split pushing. Scout's got so many resources to his name. Round 2 on the turret. This one's gonna fall. SKT giving it away yet again. Positive gold lead in Baron buff, hard to defend against.
Unless they're able to crack the, good crit there. Unless they're able to crack the inhibitor turrets though. SKT, this is the line of defense that they actually have to hold. The outer turrets are one thing. iBoy trying to make work of it.
We have to see also if Blank can actually land the ulti. There is still no Mikhail or QSS.
Ooh, got a little bit of damage. The pillar was there, but of course able to jump away. Every auto that Scout lands, though, takes several minutes to regen. Very slowly. Edward Gaming pushing in farther. 25 seconds left on Baron, though it's timing out soon.
Yeah, get in there, iBoy, man.
Shockwave on the iBoy. He's got to watch out for this one. Gets away, and Barrier plus Lulu ultimate down to stay alive a bit more.
SK3, again, they chip away at your summoners, chip away at your ultimates, and iBoy more vulnerable now. They have to back off. A little bit too scared to finish off this secondary.
Two good shockwaves from Faker. EDG could definitely have avoided both
For
of
the
them.
play, Mouse wants to dive. This could be the winning fight then. They're going to push them off at least to get the inhibitor turret. Scout to backfill with the team. 5v5, the front lines are available. No shockwave, though, means they might be all right. Huni put down to 2/3, and now some alone time with the inhibitor. Pillar comes in, but no fight yet, as Huni is yet to ult as well. He's not really trying to take stats. Inhibitor still not defended, looking to knock it down.
We have to remember, it's Blank who's the main engage for SKT in this comp. He can't rely on Wolf starting a fight. The Sejuani ulti needs to fly towards EDG for anything to really happen. And this is now an inhib for Edward Gaming.
That was the big thing. That was what EDG needed to get during this Baron buff. The home crowd chanting, Jayo, refill, be ready for this one. Edward Gaming hoping to make it, that 4-0 run, to make it into the top 8. They've cracked the inhibitor against SKT. This time they have to cloose it out.
Cloud Drake picked up, and Scout also fighting for that blue buff with Huni, it looked like. Actually, just fighting Huni. The blue buff had no part in this.
Scout gets to regen. Huni kind of the same. Pretty strong champion over there on the side. 305, 6, 8, 10. Flame Horizon coming in soon for Huni, but will it be enough? Frozen Heart is in. That's going to be a nice, pretty important power spike, and a drop from the attack speed off of iBoy. But can Huni be invincible enough
Oh,
Is the
Blank.
engage going to be there for Blank? Maybe onto himself. He jumps in, finds a chain, stays alive.
The new setup now for EDG is around mid and top lane. They already got super minions in the bot lane. Baron is not alive for at least 2 more minutes, but they can still wait for that objective and play around it once again because they got that first Baron so early. We're not even 30 minutes in, and we're still seeing a 4-item Tristana. I love the fact that iBoy are winning his lane, and team, they trust him as well to be a carry.
iBoy definitely going to be critical for the 5 versus 5. I'm still as well looking at Scout. How effective can he be on this level 16 mid-game LeBlanc? He's 3-0-2 for his team. He has the Fog of War to work with.
Oh. Ulti not going to land for more than a slow. Scout just barely outside the window for it. And that's the key engage ultimate down. It's now only Faker's Shockwave that SKT has as a fight starter.
So just look at the ball on the ground here. iBoy can step to the side, always get a few hits on the turret.
Big damage out of Scout, looking to knock down Wolf. Summoner heal burned to keep him alive a bit longer.
Right now, SKT have Huni pushing out as many waves as he can to buy them time for him to be able to lend more defense to the mid. And they're going to go with it. Maokai ultimate, go.
To zone out the team, push them off the turret. A few auto attacks are going to be safe for this squad. A smite comes in for Blank. Turret's going to fall. And Huni's around to the backside, going to pop the ulti on a Mouse. Will there be a fight again? The stun from Blank not going to find much useful. Moving the disengage for EDG, at least for now. Huni now on the chase. They want this one. Mouse at half health. Looking for the re-engage back on a Trundle. Will this be the fight? Scout into the back line. Can't quite get the kills. The reset of the Monsoon. And Azonius pops to buy some time. Look for iBoy. Tristana safe on the backside. First kill comes through for Huni's Trundle. They've got one. And Mouse is too low to get out. This should be two. Shockwave. A good rocket to stay safe, but 2 kills for SKT. Looking for the third. Clear Love is clearly going down. A double kill for Bang.
SKT do it again. They foil the engage from EDG. Scout on the LeBlanc tries to go in and gets annihilated.
And the timing is perfect. Baron is alive now, but look at EDG.
Looking for the big play. Almost got the assassination of Faker. He wants it. He can't get him though, and he's dead for this one. There is no way out. He pops the barrier. Mako certain to fall. The ace for SK Telecom T1.
The young rookie trying to make the big outplays against Faker, but he didn't get the kill. Huni can defend the base. Baron will go over to SKT. The only 4K go down.
Backs
gonna be
against
3,000.
the walls. Do never bet against SKT.
We have to look at iBoy in the team fight and see how many autos he got off in that exchange. Huni was just tanking in the front line. So iBoy sitting up here near Mako, top of your screen, getting a few hits on the Trundle. Meanwhile, Scout jumps into the back.
As we said as well before, the Trundle can team fight. He's leeching away all these tank stats from the Maokai. That's why they're able to resist iBoy's onslaught. And the effectiveness of the late game LeBlanc, not there. He splashes in for it, but gets immediately denied.
And Huni also placed a really good pillar in the face of the Tristana. It stopped iBoy for a few seconds. He couldn't auto-tag anything. That's when Scout jumped in at the same time. And iBoy, he came for the king.
Yeah, he wanted the reset here off of Faker's death, but he was unable to deliver.
Where's Mako? Obvious to fall afterwards, the ace. And so this is now the reset game, 2,000 apart. And despite Bang, who was down roughly 3,000 gold in that fight, put out just as much damage as iBoy, even a little bit more.
And the worst part for EDG is the fact that now the game slows down. SKT gets more time to farm. There's no super minions with Baron buff coming into their base, and an EDG team right behind them. It will respawn.
Trundle will be stealing their main tank stats. Faker on Orianna will have a much easier time. Oh, well, we have a teleport in. Maokai's coming to play.
Tristana looking for this opening here. Huni slowed a little bit. Mouse around the side. Orianna far. Faker actually not in this fight, but Blank wants to re-engage now. Damage and a Clear Love. Mouse kills away a ward.
And at the moment, Scout lacking kill pressure with all the shields and the healing from both Wolf and, of course, the barrier as well on Bang's side. Another re-engage.
Flash in for the pillar that they can catch out Mouse. The front lines have engaged in battle. Waiting for the marksman to open up for the damage up, but Explosive Cow's going to pull Huni back in, but he is practically invincible. His health bar gold on this one.
Scout back in base with teleport. There are a lot of wards behind SKT, but it's so hard to flank as a LeBlanc in the late game.
And for now, it's a safe 5v4. SKT have knocked down mid lane outer turret. Only their third turret of the game, number 4 in their sights. As mid lane tier 2 is there. Shockwave out of the front line. Not a kill just yet. Redemption to heal him back up, but Edward Gaming's health bar is getting a bit low. Bang shot to half HP. Nice shot from iBoy to dock him down, but the siege can continue soon when the wave comes in.
Again, bottom lane is pushing as well. Scout continually going over there to try and clear off some of the minions, but the Baron buff allows SKT to continue the onslaught.
And there we go, Pillar just to zone them out. iBoy can't do much more. Mid lane tier 2 falls, and SKT back with the gold lead.
I can't believe this is the second time where EDG wins the early game against SKT, but then they end up falling behind due to a late game fight. The game is not over, but it's suddenly looking much harder for them to win and try and get that tiebreaker against Cloud9. If they lose here, they're out of Worlds.
Momentum certainly SKT's favor right now. Mount Drake to be grabbed up by SK Telecom T1. The 3-time world champions poised to go 5-1 in the group. If they can close this one out, Elder Dragon the next to spawn, of course. Waiting for the next big play to come through. Back to the jungle for both these sides. The inhibitors alive on all edges. This next item completion coming through. The question is, who can keep up?
So much of it hinged around that mid-fight at the inhibitor. So much gold given over to SKT. So much power with the Baron buff as well. And it almost took all of the win out of EDG's composition here. All the momentum. It would have to be a very big play from Scout now to try and make up.
It's for Bang. Now Scout over the wall. That could have been a threat. He's going to find the chain on a blink. He's practically invincible on the Sejuani.
Look at mid lane, EDG pushing straight for the turret. It's only Huni there, just around it for now.
Okay.
For the inhib, I mean.
The race is on. They got some shots in the inhibitor, but SKT have answered in time. Controller to go down, and no real harm to the base.
Now, if Scout can't assassinate anyone in the backline, then he needs to change the way he's team fighting. He needs to become more of a distraction. Force SKT to respect him from the flank, while iBoy have time to kill Huni or Blank. You often need to wait for the frontal ulti to disappear and then turn back onto him, and he's actually, quote-unquote, fairly squishy.
I like the quotes then. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you credit with your quotes.
I'm just saying, he's not actually squishy, but a lot squishier than with the ulti.
All right, now let's take stock of the map here. No major objectives available, so it's much harder to play aggressively. Scout right now split pushing the bot side of the map. Mouse trying to catch the waves that Huni shoves in. You see the lack of wards right now. Look at the bottom of the map right there. Not a lot of vision, so Scout can't go any farther. He gets some priority, but no one really cares about that side of the map right now.
I want to see what iBoy's doing with his lifesteal there. It is a Blade the King coming in.
That's the right choice.
I think that is a good choice. I was about to say, if you're going for Black or for BT or something, it would be the wrong choice. I like this more here. Blade Run King trying to kill the tank. It's going to be much longer team fights from EDG's side. Grind out the Trundle and the Sejuani. See if iBoy can take down one of them. While you got to respect the game.
This time iBoy, but he gets away with it so far. The shields are in. Will there be a re-engage? Not quite. Bang goes out, gets ulted back. Nice shot with the back line. Will they get him? It's so close. iBoy the flash forward, and Faker gets with the auto. Doesn't even need Nash's 2 for auto attack to land so well. And Clear Love now isolated. 1 versus 4. He is going to fall as well. Bang on a rampage. 7-6 in kills. SKT look to do it again.
SK Telecom taking down the inhibitor turret and taking down EDG's hopes.
The primary carry is dead. The only damage left in the comp is LeBlanc, and Scout's going to try to catch some of the minion waves to kill as many as he can. Now buys a few seconds as well. The inhibitors gone though. The minions still a few survive. One will break the backdoor bonus. Mouse dives it and kills it. Does this buy the time though? Because Mouse is certain to fall, and he's been trapped up. Next up is Scout. Can he make it happen? Can he get out of the base? He's gonna try, but look at the shots out from Bang. Donius buys a couple of seconds, but there he goes. Blink gets a kill credit, and now it's Mako catching one last wave. Buying a few more seconds. iBoy spawning in 2, Clear Love in 6, but it doesn't even matter. Edward Gaming came so close, and they looked so good, and they were almost that 3rd team in, but it is SK Telecom T1 with another comeback win, 5-1.
Congratulations, SKT. They get 1st seed in this group. Congratulations, Cloud9, on getting 2nd seed in this group due to EDG losing.
Due to Cloud9 beating EDG in week 1. Getting that advantage in hand, heading here to week 2. But honestly, SKT, we have to revisit this story once again. So often, calm and collected in their late game, boys. The counter engage there, completely stuffing Scout, completely annihilating EDG's hopes.
And the patience to bleed one objective at a time. until they got their first power spike and their second. Infinity Edge finally came through on Bang. Frozen Heart finally there on Huni to become invincible against the single marksman. A LeBlanc eventually falls off a cliff in late game team fights. And you know, the split push didn't come through for EDG. SKT got the fights they needed.
Yeah, and you get these late game fights where an Orianna and a Twitch, they can actually threaten the backline of EDG. EDG couldn't do the same. They had to just try and kill the tanks. And it meant that iBoy was constantly trying to run away and stay alive, while also having to kill 2 mega tanks right in front of him. Almost impossible for him to carry the late game fights against Twitch and Orianna and the big tanks.
Always there. You have the advantage in the tank-to-tank fight. If your Trundle is shredding the main tank and your Twitch is shooting right through him to the backline, as you said anyway.
Fairly squishy. Not squishy at all.
No.
Too tanky.
Difficulties, certainly. Edward Gaming, it is a heartbreak, of course. They came so close. They opened the day and looked insanely good, and the hype was real. You saw Fnatic do it and pull it through in the tiebreaker. Edward Gaming knocked down 1, they knocked down 2, and they were poised to knock down 3. And you think about if they had closed either of these SKT games, they'd be tiebreaking in a second.
And it's another domestic champion now, dropping out of the group stages. Only Longshu able to actually advance as the LCK champion. And with EDG, like in Wuhan with Clearlove, we've all heard the story of him playing in his hometown here, almost making a comeback. I feel so bad for them because again,